And before I move on to ask for approval of agenda, I do have a public statement to read. On June 5th, 2013, the General Assembly sent legislation authorizing the possession of concealed handguns to the governor for his signature. Illinois House Bill 183 was adopted in response to the 7th Court decision in Moore v. Madigan, which deemed Illinois' ban on concealed handguns unconstitutional and gave the legislature until June 9, 2013 to craft a new gun law, which was recently extended to July 9, 2013, to give the governor time to review the bill. Municipalities such as Hainesville are asking what this bill means for them. First, the Act contains a comprehensive preemption of local regulations that restrict people licensed to carry concealed handguns. If the village wants to ban assault weapons in its municipal boundaries, it would have to act quickly to avoid the expiration of the grandfathering provision that requires action no later than 10 days after the effective date of the law. This was placed on the board meeting agenda to give the board an opportunity to discuss it within the time frame necessitated by the grandfather clause, and that this was not an effort to subvert anyone's rights, but rather to provide an opportunity for open discussion. As mayor, I have been reviewing and discussing the preemptions in the new legislation and exploring how a proposed ordinance would impact Hainesville. I have shared this information with the board and forwarded all comments and questions received on this matter and have sought their input. It is my understanding that our police department would prefer to rely on the state and federal statutes in regard to this topic. The ordinance being considered by the village would not have resulted in court activity and only a fine could be imposed. I am greatly concerned and guarded about the village taking responsibility for seizure and destroying weapons under the village ordinance, only should the federal or state statute not prove enforceable. If this cannot be accomplished through the state or federal statute, I believe that Hainesville could be subjecting itself to potential litigation. Therefore, it is my recommendation that the village does not adopt an ordinance banning assault weapons in the village, and we should rely on the state and federal statute. At this time, it is my recommendation that we remove business item 5 from the agenda, and I ask for approval of the agenda as recommended.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Trustees Darrenowski.
Aye.
Kreis.
Aye.
Duberstein. Aye. Lyric.
Aye.
Daly.
Aye.
And Walkington.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Before we move on, I'd just like to add one other comment on this topic. This moved rather quickly. The language kept changing in Springfield, and we had a very short window to look at this and explore it from all sides. Some municipalities have chosen not to look at it at all or discuss it, and I think that's rather remiss. I think these items should be brought out. The public should be informed. The board should fully understand what legislation is coming into effect and think it through. If we had a broader timeline, typically this would have been at first a discussion-only item without a proposed ordinance being put on the agenda. Because of the short window, we did both. So I know some of you people are from other municipalities, other counties. Go back and tell your governments to explore this from all sides, because I will tell you this is not the end of this. When the governor does indeed sign this, I am concerned, while yes, it's great to have the concealed carry permit, and I'm not against it, I am concerned that Illinois is not prepared for it properly. I serve on several legislative committees, and right now I'm seeking information from other states that seem to do a good job in reporting, monitoring, and tracking concealed carry permits. I question how well prepared Illinois is to do this. With that, I thank you, and I'd like to move on. Now, let me just ask for a show of hands, if I may. Is there any further discussion or